Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Estate Walk and Talk. Today, the question is, what are 4 ways that you can train a brand new teammate to get onto your team and have success in the midst of COVID? And if you have questions about JWB, rental property investing, Jacksonville, this is a great opportunity to join the Not Your Average Investor Show, which we host every Tuesday and Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. You can register at the show or register for the show at jwbshow.com. So today we're going to be sharing 4 ways that you can train a remote teammate to have success, even though we're doing it remotely, even though we're doing it during COVID times. And my idea for this walk and talk came from what I did today. So today was the first day of our quarterly manager meetings at JWB. We do this every quarter, and we bring all of our leaders into our virtual room now, and usually it's in our office, and we spend about a half day together. And there's 16 of us. There's leaders, there's owners, there's managers, there's supervisors, and we're all together. And this is a great opportunity for us to share wins, successes, and also ask the other people in the room, what are ways that I can overcome some challenges? And guess what? We all have management challenges now that we're dealing with COVID. And at JWB, our culture is the thing that we believe separates us, is our competitive advantage. So how do we do things like set up our culture for success when we're all remote, right? How do we set the right impression and the right expectations with teammates who have never experienced the JWB way of life at work? So here are 4 things that came from this discussion, from our supervisors, from our managers, from the owners of JWB that I think might help you. The first, when you have a brand new teammate and you're hiring them remotely, I think it all starts with expectations. And many managers are fearful of being that micromanager, but I think this lends itself to kind of some perspective here. The first takeaway is that it is perfectly okay and it's necessary to be super involved. Call it micromanaging if you want, but being super involved in the very beginning with your new hire, that is not what we think of as the negative term of micromanaging. That's called being supportive and caring. And that brand new teammate who just jumped on your team needs that in the beginning. So change your reference, change your perspective on that. It is required for you to set up a great relationship, for you to be super involved, and share that with your teammate who you bring on. Let them know that, hey, I'm going to be super involved in the very beginning. That's not how it's going to be for our entire working relationship, but I'm doing this out of care and out of wanting to set you up for success. And welcome everybody who's walking with me today. We're sharing 4 ways that you can train a remote teammate even in the time of COVID. We talked about this today in our quarterly manager meetings at JWB, and hopefully this will help you in your management, in your role. So number 1 is changing your perspective on what micromanaging is in the beginning. It is okay, it is expected, it's necessary to be super involved. The next takeaway that we discussed today was how important it is to schedule frequent check-ins. That may be daily check-ins, that may be hourly check-ins, that may be twice a day, it may be weekly. But the point is to know this new teammate, understand the role and understand the teammate, and to check in frequently. That can be video calls, right? That can be phone calls, that can be text. But the point is not to go radio silent. Don't let that person feel like it's a burden for them to reach out to you. You want to be there and to let them know that you're invested in their success. The next tip, the third tip, is to establish a buddy system. So one of the things we do at JWB is when a new hire comes on, we establish that buddy system for that new hire and other veterans on the JWB team. So like the service team is a great example, right? We have some folks that are veterans that know the process, and we want to make sure that that relationship building happens very quickly, and also their perspective. We want them to share that with the new teammate. And so the key here is that not all of your training comes from the direct manager, right? We have check-ins and we have training that comes from our buddy system, which are other veterans on the team who then can lend them their time and their resources and really just get to know that new teammate. So that's been super successful. And the fourth tip is we want to build systems and reporting in advance to track the measurables that are the most important thing for baseline performance. You want to do this in advance, right? Here's an example. We're going to be bringing on a new member of our sales team next week. And one of the things that we look at are the number of daily calls that we make. And so I've already set up the daily call tracker for this person who's going to be in this role on our sales team. And the ultimate way to do this is, of course, to get it filled out automatically. If you can't do that, ask that new teammate to be responsible for filling out that tracker. And what it allows you to do is to check in, see their baseline performance measurables without having to be that guy who's looking over your shoulder and creating this presence of just not being, just trying to look over the shoulder rather than being super supportive, which is what you're trying to accomplish. So there you have it. There are 4 tips that I learned today in our quarterly manager meetings that we're doing at JWB. I hope this helps you all. Thank you all for being here. Let's see who we've got with us here. We've got Bill Oxley, which he's saying you got to change your perspective. That's right. That was the first point. And he said schedule frequent check-ins. There you go. You're listening, Bill. I appreciate you, buddy. We've got Aaron Compton, Rich Ritchie, Rochelle on my team is watching as well. We've got Marilyn Collerman and Les Kohler watching. Well, I appreciate all of you being here. Hopefully this is a topic that resonates with you guys and can help. And I hope to see all of you. I know I'll see at least a few of you who are watching right now on the Not Your Average Investor Show. We're going to be doing it tomorrow at 12:30. It's a market update and a live Q&A with yours truly. Always a super close-knit group there, and you can register at jwbshow.com. All right, appreciate everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.